We called it the clown car because it's so small, but inside there's so much room.
There's so much fucking room in that thing. Does
when
it
I
have
started
underlights,
driving
like
it,
by the footwell, or just the Uber that was in had one? I was a yellow one that had.
Oh no, that's
person
custom.
paid to put that in. That is not. That's a very base model car.
I mean, for Scions, it's highly encouraged, but it's not built in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the windows were electric. Yeah, you don't have to roll them down.
Yeah, it was surprising.
I love that.
But
a big XP.
When I
you remember my mom's
yeah.
TC with the bucket seats in it and shit? I was like,
Coolest car in the
Mom!
whole world, dude. Your mom had the coolest car by far. And
She went from a Scion, what's it called, TC.
No, she went from a Hyundai Accent to a Scion TC. It was a big upgrade.
Right, a maroon,
so
like midnight maroon TC
Yeah,
with the bucket
nice.
seats, and then she went from that to a gray Toyota Camry. It was like,
I remember being
wow.
pissed. I remember when that happened.
Wow, have you fucked up. You have fucked up now.
Yeah.
Now you fucked up.
I have called her. I have called Maggie before, and after Joe and I were in an argument, and I was like, "Did you have a Scion TC?" And she was like, "Yes." I have no
He didn't
memory
believe
of her
it.
ever having that car.
Yeah, she had a purple one. And dude, one
He did
day
not believe
she
it.
was driving us to soccer or something, and I bought this cologne, and I had it in my soccer bag that had male pheromones in it to make girls like me more. In like 7th grade.
That worked.
It did.
How'd that
definitely
work out?
worked. But it smashed in my bag, and your mom's entire trunk absorbed like a beer can worth of male pheromone cologne in the Sound TC. And I'm sure if that car is still out there today, it smells like it. There's
It's
no
still
way
dude. That's I don't remember that at all. That's a
your
fucking
mom was
great
like,
story.
Dylan, what the hell happened? I'm like, I had a cologne in my bag. And I didn't mention that it's male pheromone.
You didn't mention the
infused,
pheromone
They probably just took horse.
It smells like musk.
Literally, no, it's like something. I got from like the back of a aerospace, like a aviation magazine. I think I ordered it. So it's like, oh yeah, this is gonna make. I'm reading a magazine for 60-year-old divorce.
It's like X-ray glasses. You will get laid.
This is an aviation magazine. This is a magazine for 60-year-old divorced guys who are trying to pick up younger chicks. Maybe, and they read in the back of the magazine that this cologne will make girls fall in love with you, and I was like, yeah. I fucking need that.
It's for 60-year-old guys and 15-year-old boy or 13-year-old boys.
I'm 13 or 14. I fucking need this, and it's smashed in the back of your mom's car. The whole thing.
That's awesome. I don't remember that at all. I'm so glad you brought that up.
I can smell it right now. It's a good smell.
It was the last time she had a cool car, and then she became, an older woman. And now she drives boring SUVs that look like, pastels and shit like that. I love pulling into Tavern in the Square.
The air-conditioned seats are great.
Oh no, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's just not cool. It's what if I was her, I would get the exact same car. But it is so funny, her being like a 5'4", Irish lady who's like, I need the space. I just need it. Like, you don't need it. Wait, how am I gonna sit in my car?
I mean, hey, honestly, even
Corvette.
Doug, you and I both got the text like a month ago. He was like,
"Oh yeah, Doug got the truck back.
I bought another truck."
Yeah, Dylan. So Doug, he got a truck for like a couple of years, and he turned it. He's like, "We don't need 3 cars. Like, I don't need the truck." And so he has an SUV now, and then he just was like, "You know what? Fuck SUVs," and he got a truck instead. He said, "I want a truck again." So he sent me and Dom text me like, "Look at this beauty! Isn't it white too?"
It's a Dodge. It's a white
Dodge,
which does make a little bit of sense because when he graduated from his physical education, the physical therapy stuff, and your mom let him buy a truck, and he had that green Dodge.
Yeah, that was like the gift or whatever.
Yeah, and then they had to move, and he was like, "Fuck, I have to get rid of my truck." So he goes to Florida and buys a brand new Tundra. Then after like 3 years, he goes, "I don't need a truck." Then he ends up, "I need a truck," and goes back to a brand new, but still white. So his Tundra was white. I believe his SUV was also white, and now his.
He likes
Dodge
white cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doug,
Which I guess if you're not like dealing with like the snow and the sand and salt and shit, it doesn't look as bad. But I wouldn't want a white car because it just looks like. Absolutely you have to take care of it so much.
White cars never look clean, but they never look dirty either. Black cars look dirty
white and black
immediately.
Are terrible.
Unless black is like perfectly waxed 10 minutes ago, it looks dirty. Yeah, no.
Oh yeah, so I got one last thing on the Scion XB. I know we got a little sidetracked with the.
We do need to get the Genies at
Cool.
some point, but I don't mind this at all.
XB would be a good Genie car.
Oh, yeah,
After I
all
said
that-
suck my cock,
all
that's
there.
when I started recording. When I said,
Oh, that's the.
so
That's the
that'll
key.
be in.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. All right, welcome back, everyone. Welcome to the Dylan and Joe Basement Podcast. This is your one of your three hosts, Big Hawk. It's a pleasure to meet you guys if it's our first time joining us today. We got a real special episode with Joe and John Williams.
Again, no
Like
one
to
can
introduce
read
yourself,
these
guys. What's
in
up?
the video.
Welcome.
It's just for us.
Yeah. No, they can see it in the video.
No, they cannot.
Dude,
I
you're telling me this
already
entire time no one can see Big Hawk?
No one can see. Every time we just
one.
yell at each other and say each
Wow.
other's names that we type in. Only we can see those. Isn't that
Oh,
weird?
okay,
Yeah,
all right.
when we did
Well,
graffiti, my name was Why Is Joe Gay? So obviously you can't see that.
Yeah,
on
and
the
it never came
podcast.
Really? Wow, okay. Bummer that didn't come up. All right, guys. So, Joe, why don't you tell everyone about yourself?
Hi, everybody.
Age,
I'm
sex,
Joe.
location. ASL.
ASL. I'm 30, male, and Situate, Rhode Island at the moment.
That's nice. Hey, Dom, ASL?
19 female, the basement.
Ooh, yeah, nice.
That
Good
was the
selection.
most accurate.
Very
That's
accurate.
actually what it was. Every time on like all those fucking chat rooms and stuff. How old are you? I'm a 19-year-old chick, hot. It's like I bet you are, Dom.
Dude, that's the
They all look
funniest
like
one
Dom.
to do, too. Well, you remember this. We used to pretend to be girls and call sex lines when those were a thing.
That was
And
very funny.
We were
The party
all,
line.
Dom, you weren't a part of this, but we were like 14,
Nope.
15, 16, maybe even 20
maybe
sometimes,
19,
maybe even
19.
21. We were definitely drinking the entire time. And we would call the free sex
Not
line
15.
numbers, and they would pair you with a human being. Like, so we'd
Yeah.
call in as a girl, and everyone
Yeah,
would do their
'cause
girl
they weren't
voice.
like sex lines where you'd call in and then someone who worked for the company would like charge you and like talk dirty to you. They would match you up with other people. It's like a party line. And then
Yeah.
you'd be like, "Are you a female?" And you'd be like, "Yes." And then obviously everyone there is a male because what are you thinking if you're a
Yeah.
female? So then we would call in and do girl voices. And
Hello,
you could,
my name is Stephanie.
and of course they believe it because they want to believe. Even they kind of know like this is not a girl,
Yeah.
but like let's just try it.
Yeah. Oh, John, how horny are you today? And he's like, oh, I'm just, I'm sitting here jerking off. And you're like, wow.
Meanwhile, there's like
So
9 guys
hot.
around, like stifling their laughter because you gotta have a speakerphone so you can hear it.
Like 12 of us sitting around a phone while one person gets the phone and gets to be the chick. And like, oh, yeah.
Just
that
good
sounds
old
like a
fashioned.
blast.
Oh, yeah. Good
Tomfoolery.
old fashioned fun, before phones.
Yeah,
know,
before
before-
phones.
Good old sex line, before
We used the
cell phones were
phonograph
took off.
for
Yeah,
that, actually. We used the telegraph and the phonograph.
Well, and we'd pick someone's phone who we knew mom wouldn't like look at the phone bill, like they were gonna fucking
Yeah,
look.
because I mean,
you're
it'll charge you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it'll charge you, but well, we didn't pay for this. This was free.
Yeah,
We just didn't want someone to see who we were calling
Sure.
because it was like an 888 number or something. Like it had a very specific number. But man, that was
are
funny
those
stuff.
are those a red flag?
I don't know. Maybe you're paranoid. You're always worried you're gonna get in trouble or something. But dude,
Yeah.
we remember. Were you at Brian's house that one time where we got some guy to finish?
Yeah, it was around a fire,
Yeah, we were on a fire, and this guy completely finished, and we
and
started
so did
laughing.
we, because we were so excited.
Yeah, we were also, our pants down. But
It's not gay though because it's like a prank, you know.
yeah, it's a prank.
Because it's in a
Exactly.
circle.
We're having
Nothing's gay
we're having
for
a
doing
goof.
it in a circle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. That's right.
Besides improv games, those are gay.
Yeah. But man, was that funny?
Zip zap zop. Okay,
I still
that is
think about
your
that
thinking.
guy because I'm pretty sure I'm the one who really put in all the work. And
Oh, yeah,
and I
you
just
did
feel
the work.
bad for him at this point because I did such a good job. You know, and then we all
Well, you
started
shouldn't
laughing.
feel bad. You should feel good that you can get off
Dude,
both sexes.
imagine when it's when it's all finished and over with and you feel bad.
completion.
Imagine being this guy. He did it on a sex line and then realized it's a bunch of fucking 16-year-old boys on the other end.
Yeah, that is gonna sting quite a bit.
Sting is an understatement. That's
That'll
gonna
stick
sting.
with you.
Yeah.
That'll be bad enough
Maybe
where the
that-
next time you go to jack off, you're like you can't because you're like thinking about it too much.
Oh
and it
yeah,
kinda
yeah,
ruined
yeah.
your week.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, that was
Or
really mean what
you
we
tur-
did there, but it was funny.
Or you turned him on to something new.
Oh, maybe it's like maybe. Yeah, maybe it was an awakening for him. I don't feel
maybe
like
a
he was
group
going
of
to wake up
16-year-old
anytime
boys
soon,
is
though.
really what it takes.
I feel like that's
No, now
reading
he's
a
just
guy
not proving
poetry
himself.
when he's on heroin in an alley. It's like you're not really going to wake anybody up at that point, as
Yeah.
beautiful as it might be.
I just
You've
can't
already
believe how
reached
lucky
that
that
point.
guy thought he was that he actually got a real girl.
Well,
Like-
you probably were more convincing than a lot of the people that were on there that actually were getting paid. Like, go ahead, honey, go ahead, rub it out, honey. Good job, good job. Meanwhile, you're a lithe 20-year-old man putting on your girl voice, probably the hottest person on there that night.
Yeah, I know. You're right. Really, it's really true.
I don't know. Anyways, we should try it out later, like just for like a prank or whatever, just like me and you, just alone on the call, just like a goofing around.
just as a joke. So it'll be a
Yeah,
joke.
it'll be funny.
Yeah, it'll
be
be
really
a
funny.
joke the whole time until everyone
Yeah.
finishes. It's still a joke. It's a joke.
I will laugh and laugh and laugh.
Dude, there was that, and then remember that was superseded.
Hold on, let me
by
get my
chat-
joke towel. I'm just gonna laugh so much. I'm gonna need a towel.
Such a funny joke. Oh man, what a good joke!
You're a real
Yeah,
prankster.
doing laundry because of a. Such
I
a
was
good
I was
joke.
pulling a prank on myself the other day, and I'm still laughing about it.
Oh yeah.
I got myself
yeah.
good.
That's good. You got yourself good, dude, with that joke, dude. So, but just don't remember it got superseded by chat roulette.
Yeah, well, once you have a
Designed
video,
to be just this, but every
Yeah.
Dom, remember chat roulette? Chat.
Oh yeah, we spent plenty of time on
Chat
chat
roulette.
roulette.
Yeah.
It was like every 3 minutes it changed to a different person, so it was like speed dating, but it was meant for people to have conversations.
You could skip
was
it,
Just
too.
every fucking time
Yeah,
it
or you
swiped over, it was a dick.
It was all dick.
Pretty much.
It's all dicks.
Or if
It was bad too because there was no you have to click I'm 18. That's not good enough. Like for like
not good enough,
teenagers.
dude. Yeah, and occasionally you'd get other
see
people
adult
like you
men.
just dying laughing, and then it would switch over. Oh yeah, that was just this.
Dude, the
all
best one I
dicks.
ever saw, because people obviously started doing like pranks with that shit too. And the best one I ever saw was this guy who he would look at the camera and he'd like be shaking his arm, and then he'd lift it up and he'd be polishing a plate. As like that's like his big joke, but this is not the funny one. The funny one is that guy was
Good
doing
joke,
it.
dude. You got me.
This is the best part. That guy was doing that, and the other guy was actually jerking it. And this guy lifts the plate up to be like, "Aren't you embarrassed you were jerking it?" Other guy lifts the plate up. They were both doing it. They lost it. Like,
That's funny.
"Ow!"
They're like, we're funny guys.
Yeah. Then they jerked off
Man.
after the
Yeah, exactly. Then they
But
realized they
that's
were
fun,
emotionally
usually.
and spiritually one. And
Yeah, they were cut from the same cloth, as it were. So what are we talking about today, Dylan?
I forget completely.
We're talking about.
Chat roulette.
Speaking of rubbing one
Sex
out, how about
lines?
rubbing a lamp?
Yes, dude. Wow, good intro. Yeah, guys, we're
That's why
rubbing
I'm a
lamps
pro.
today. Rubbing lamps, like brass lamps.
And by
And,
one, we mean a genie. We're talking about
genie.
the mythical, beings from beyond the pale. And this is obviously it's like mostly a Middle Eastern tradition that it comes from. But I feel like there's a lot of stories about genies all around the world, though. It's not just specifically the Middle East, even though that's where most of them are based out of. But yeah, genies, also known as jinn.
It's known as Jinn. Jinn.
Yeah, and tonic.
Yeah.
And
Gin and
juice.
tonics. We like those. We're a fan of those here. So yeah, gin.
And juice.
Gin is angelicized as genies, as I always like to say.
Not
and-
anglicized.
Sorry, that's.
Is that-
I like to say angelicized.
You
Other
can say
people
whatever you
might
want. It's
say
your podcast.
anglicized.
Yeah.
Angelicized?
No, like Anglo-Saxon, anglicized, Anglican.
Anglicized?
Yeah, meaning made into English.
Oh, I made him into
Kind of like how we call, like we call the country France, or like Germany. They don't call, you know this. Germans don't call Germany Germany. That's anglicized. Right. That's what we call it.
Okay, I like to say angelicized. I like to make genies into angels. So
you can do that all you want.
That's one of the things I'm known for best. And and
he's no angel. One of those fucking bumper stickers. Genie, you're no angel. If you can't handle me in my lamp, you don't deserve me when I come out of the lamp.
No, just when I come.
So, genies are invisible creatures in early pre-Islamic Arabian religious systems, and later in Islamic culture and beliefs. Right, Joe and Dom?
Absolutely. I mean,
oh yeah.
I don't know if they're always invisible. I definitely found they can turn themselves invisible, or that they can be invisible to the naked eye. But I mean, sometimes they come out in a puff of smoke, and sometimes in the stories they look just like a person, but they just have magic powers. And they're like, "Yeah, I'm a genie." It's like, "Yeah, you look like a person though. You have legs, arms, bodies." Like, "Yeah, but I have genie powers too, though." Yeah. So kind of like they couldn't make up their mind on what a genie was.
Between all the different, myths there are that other people wrote about them, the one thing that's constant is that they can change shape. So like you never know what they're really.
They're shapeshifters.
Like. Yes.
Yes, it makes them hard to catch.
My favorite thing about them, besides the shape-shifting, is that they're also subject to God's judgment and the afterlife. So
yeah. So they're not getting off easy, okay?
Yeah.
They still have to go to confession like we all do.
They're
they
neither
still have to take the
good
Eucharist.
nor bad. They kind of just make you pick a path. Like they could be like, I have a gun in this hand, and I have a flower in this hand. If you like peanuts, you choose the gun hand, and if you like apples, you choose the whatever I said on the left hand, and then they choose the gun hand.
Did you just compare apples and peanuts?
I did.
Even further than apples and oranges.
I angelicize peanuts and apples, Dom. That's why.
Yeah.
So they could do bad to you, like, oh, you get 3 witches, and you go, oh shit, and then they turn into a piece of shit. That's not nice. It's not the right thing to do, but they do it anyway. But it's not. It's like not.
But they're not like inherently good or inherently evil. They're not angels or demons. They're like they're like in the middle, I guess.
That's right. They're in the
So
middle.
some of them are probably nicer. Some of them are probably meaner. Just like people.
That's right.
Genies, they're just like us.
They're just like us.
I'll put the more you know thing right there.
Yeah.
They're just like us. But yeah, it's based out of like that part of the world. A lot of the stories come from there, and obviously they spread throughout all the other cultures. The main or one of the biggest story books that we've heard about genies. Speaking of fantasy novels like the Quran, we'll get into that later. But it's from this collection of stories from the Middle East that it's been anglicized into what we would call Arabian Nights, which I thought was one story, which is the story of Aladdin, and I'm wrong. Aladdin is just one of those stories. It's like the Mother Goose or like Richard Scarry. It's actually an anthology of all different Middle Eastern stories that were translated for Europe to be like, there's this magical land and they have genies and they have snake charmers and all this stuff. And one of the books in there was called Aladdin and the Wonderful Lamp. And that's actually the story that got translated into what we know as Aladdin. And that book is not called Arabian Nights. It's called 1001 Nights. So I'm glad they anglicized it for us.
It's the same author as Mother Goose?
Yep, and it's Richard
No,
Scarry.
it's
Yeah,
not.
it's all the same guy. Dom cut out.
Cool. Love that book.
It's the best.
I do like Mother Goose. It's a good.
It's like
good
Black
classic.
Mirror, but a book. You know what I mean? They're all different episodes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Same theme.
Understand. The Quran condemns pre-Islamic Arabian practice of worshiping the jinn and the genies, and
Yeah,
and
there's
also seeking
actually-
protection from them.
I think they said 28 mentions of genies in the Quran. Can you believe that? Imagine if the
That's
Bible had genies
fucking
in it.
Wild, dude. I know. 'cause
Like that's
the
actually a
Bible
part
has
of
all
their
crazy in
Bible.
it.
It's like there is genies. Like that's part of it. That's part.
Well,
of it.
the Bible
What do you
has
say, Dom?
giants.
I can't see you, but I can hear you.
I said the Bible has giants. So, I mean, they're up there in wackiness too.
Well, are you speaking of the lost Gospel of Thomas? Because that one is not recognized by the Catholic Church, but it's definitely in there. They saw the giants, and they're like, we're getting that part out. But Goliath, we're keeping him. We're keeping a lot of other crazy stuff.
Yeah. One giant is a lot more believable than a whole race of giants.
Yeah. From what I can figure out...
arguably important skill if you really are fucked is turning water into alcohol. And I've yet to see someone do that like in real life immediately. So
yeah, that comes in
there's
a
some
pinch.
crazy shit besides giants and biblical floods with one survivor and a whole fucking boat full of elephants.
Well, it wasn't just him.
Well, they only had 2 elephants.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, large
Bunch of shit in
fauna.
that thing. Bunch of fucking animals. Like snakes and scorpions and lizards, because that's what
And
genies
all the
prefer
bugs.
to.
All the bugs.
All the bugs. Genies prefer and favor the snake, scorpion, and lizard form.
I think it's just their native biology around them. They're like, we see a snake, that's kind of my thing. I want to be a snake.
Yeah, know what else they prefer too?
They never turn into a moose, do they?
I
Only
didn't
if you
see
ask them
moose when
to.
I was in the desert. Mm-hmm. Actually, if
Or
it's
you-
one of your wishes, yeah, Dom, you get a good point. If you say, "I wish you would turn into a moose," I feel like that.
What a waste of a wish that would be.
that
Good
might
God.
be worth it. Well,
You
it's
don't
like
know that. What if
Well, the
what
genie
if
might
that
go
guy
like,
you're
"A
talking to
what?"
on the phone that finished?
ooh, I don't remember his name.
Why would we know his name?
This wasn't just some guy I talked to on the phone.
Yeah,
It was
that's his
like
boyfriend.
chat roulette phone version. Dude.
Yeah. He's a little more than
Well, I
just a
completely
guy on the
forget where I
phone,
was
Dom.
going.
I don't know if you...
Yeah, we didn't just call a number off a telephone pole.
I'm
like,
just finding out
piece of
about it
paper, and
now.
have a bunch
okay?
of boys
I'm trying to
sitting around a
piece
fire
things
and making a guy
together.
finish.
They were good friends for about an hour. Or a little less than an hour, but yeah.
Dude, you think I'm that bad? It took me like 15 minutes, man.
Well, you get to know each other a little bit first.
It's true, yeah. Long blonde hair and huge tits.
Yeah, that was your...
Wow, I think I'm in love.
probably
Dom, you said
Stacy or
something?
some name like that.
I don't know.
It's okay.
I'm going to have to pull
sexual
Dom's
affairs, though.
backup recording, I think, because I can't
Speaking
see
of
him at
sexual affairs, genies can do that too with humans. It says they may even engage in sexual affairs with humans and produce offspring, which would explain Dom.
all. Yeah, he's a magical man.
Well, he's
Because I'm
the
such a
offspring
mystical being.
of possibly a genie.
There was a movie that came out last year that was about that. It was like a major movie, and it was starring Idris Elba and Tilda Swinton, and she found a lamp.
Tilda Swinton. Jeez.
Yeah, she found a
cool would that
lamp,
be?
and then she was like a writer, and she released the genie, or a djinn. They said in the movie they called it djinn, because the genie is the anglicized version of a djinn. And
That's the word of
and
the day.
he was like a
anglicized.
regular dude. Like he had pointy ears. He could grow big or grow small, but he basically just like ended up hanging out with her, and then she like fell in love with him. It was like a romantic movie about a genie, and they banged and stuff. It was so weird. It was like a 2-hour movie about that.
Don't
Like,
don't
I'm in love
forget
with a
the
genie.
huge TV show back in the day, I Dream of Genie. That's exactly what the plot of that show was.
We'll get there. We're gonna get to the pop culture
Just
genie.
saying,
I
you're
started
talking
it.
about
So.
it.
We can talk about it right now if you guys want to. Just go to Pop Culture Genies right away.
Okay, let's wrap up what they are and like what makes
Yeah.
them genies. One thing, so they're like genies really aren't on my mind a whole lot, to be honest with you, and because you always think of the traditional things, witches.
Yeah, well, they were coming
whatever.
from our North American perspective of like mystical stuff, and genies don't really come up a lot in North American lore at all.
Yeah, they don't. It says if they're injured by someone, they usually seek revenge or possess the assailant's body, and then refuse to leave it until forced to do so by an exorcism.
So much like a
And,
demon in that sense.
Yeah, so it's like a demon too. Like they you fuck with them, they fucking kill you.
Pretty nuts. I think that part of the reason why they've been portrayed that way is because of the fact that back in the ancient Middle East, they also believed in jinns, but they believed they were like spirits that had powers like gods do. And some people would worship genies as if they were like multiple gods, like in polytheism. And I think that's one of the reasons they cut down on it and started saying like, oh, they're evil, they're demons, you shouldn't worship them. Much like how Catholicism turned a bunch of pagan gods into demons, just to say, oh, that's actually a demon now, because they wanted people to focus in on Allah instead of saying like, oh, no more of that genie stuff. Genies are bad now. In the Quran, a genie is actually like tempting Muhammad, kind of like, you know, the devil in the desert with Jesus to be like, hey, I'm a genie, and it's like, no, get out of here, genie. There's only one God, and you're not a god.
Is that a direct quote from the Quran?
Yeah, well, from what I could take, my Aramaic is pretty rough, but I mean that's a pretty readable section, easily digestible.
So
But yeah,
very good.
You anglicized it.
I anglicized the shit out of it, and I will continue to do so. I will appropriate the genie for my own liking. But yeah, I mean, you know, I think genies were fucking kind of a weird, like, sideways thing. Like you said, we don't really think about it often, but it has popped up in the modern day. That's how I know about it. But it's kind of like a more a mystical idea of it. It reminds me of like a leprechaun kind of thing, right? Where they like you catch him, and you're like, oh, you got me, but you want the pot of gold. But it's kind of like a trickster mentality. There's different versions of genie where one version would be like the one you might see, and it's like you get 3 wishes, and you can pick whatever you want. It's your wildest dreams come true. But the other version is the same setup, but it's more of a monkey's paw situation where all the wishes you make, it's one of those be careful what you wish for kind of things where you think you like it, but all the wishes actually end up making your life worse and screwing you over. So in that sense, the genies kind of be like bad, but it's kind of your fault. You decided, you know?
Yeah, but I think you're onto something with just that, like with the rise of, you know, Islam. They decide to fuck over the genies because something important too is that in genie worlds with the jinn and the beliefs of the jinn and the old Arabic culture,
Yeah.
it doesn't sound like they believed in devils and evil and like gods and devils or whatever it is. That was brought by Islam. So before this, it was kind of like jinn were just like kind of a little more chill. You know, and then all of a sudden,
Well, I don't know if they were chill.
Islam
Like
came.
they weren't all cool, and then Islam
No,
came
you know what I
bad.
mean. But it was less structured.
They were like people. Some of them were good, some of them were evil, some of them were in the middle, whatever. You know.
Yeah, and it was just less structured, and there wasn't like hell and all this stuff.
Right.
It was like these guys are whatever, they're people, and then Islam came to rise, and they were like, that's the devil, and just fuck them, like you said.
Yeah. Yeah, they started kind of putting judgments on all of them and saying that they're not to be trifled with anymore. And that always reeks to me of like religious doctrine rather than like, oh yeah, we've looked into the mysticism, we found out that genies are actually evil. It's like, did you look into it, or you decided no more of that genie stuff? So how do we make them stop? Oh yeah, they're evil, and if you fuck with them, you're actually gonna ruin your life, and they're gonna drag you to hell or whatever.
Right.
I'm trying to keep a good genie down.
Yeah.
There's certainly an element to genies, though, that we did bring up in a movie we're going to talk about later, is that they are kind of like your servants, right? Like, at least for the amount of time that they have the 3 wishes, they're at your beck and command. Your wish is my command. That's like the classic genie phrase. So it's almost like they have this immense power to accomplish whatever they want, but they're at your command. So it's kind of like they're like serving you. So it's kind of like what you consider a power dynamic, and you need to be very careful with stuff like that.
Yeah, but I mean, they're seen as less, even back in the day, the good old day before Islam, in the story of Solomon. They were...
yes, he met a genie, right?
He did. He met a couple of them, and so the genies, or the jinn, were not seen as kings or gods. They were somewhere in the middle, but they did... do some work for Solomon there, and they
helped them build the first temple, right?
The first temple,
the one that you saw with the one wall of when you were down there in old Jerusalem.
Wait, you shit me, that wall?
Yeah, well, they rebuilt the temple multiple times, but that's the last piece of what is considered his temple.
No fucking way.
That's why it's so important, because it's like that's the first like big, when they're cracking into the scene in the early days of Judaism, they're like, that's our big thing, you know. Mm-hmm. It's like if they tore down the, what's it called, St. Peter's Basilica in the Vatican, and they tore it down like 4 or 5 times. Every time they kept building it, and now there's just one wall left, and all the Catholics go there, and they go, oh. But they still do that for the Solomon one, so I guess it just tracks all the way.
Yeah, they definitely do it for the Solomon one. Saw it.
It is always odd to me to go that crazy about a building, though. Isn't it the whole idea that God is everywhere and he can like communicate with you and you can transcend that? And physical objects aren't important. The kingdom of heaven is like an idea. But then the walls.
He tells you that he's mad when you start worshiping objects. Like, exactly
our objects don't
go
really
like, oh,
matter,
this, I'm going to worship that.
Like,
He's like, no. That's not what it's supposed to be. And that's all that it is.
Yeah, but they get super into the walls and I mean, Dylan even went to go see the tomb where Jesus was laid after he was wrongfully accused. Let's put it that way, and they decorated the shit out of it with like gold and stuff. That's all objectification. It doesn't seem like very godly or
I got a
pious.
second on this.
No.
So for those of you who don't know who are listening to our podcast.
Please.
I was just in Israel for a week, and I did spend a day in Jerusalem. So I did the usual.
He's our what do you call it? Our boots on the ground correspondent.
Boots on the ground correspondent to these type of things. Exactly, I'm doing it for you guys. So, so I did all the stuff. They get the 4 segments of Jerusalem, and I went to where Jesus was apparently nailed to the cross, and then like 20
It's
feet
not called
from that
Golgotha, I think. Dom, look into your IC knowledge. I think it's called Golgotha.
That sounds about right. And then about like 20 feet from that is where they took his body off the cross and laid it down on this slate slab where they, wrapped him up like a mummy or something. And then like 20 feet
both
from
those
that
things have been preserved for 2,000 years. Like, just don't touch that one little rock area.
No, you can touch that rock. That rock.
Oh, they let you touch
kissing
it?
and stuff. Yeah. And then like 50 feet from that was where his tomb was. And I was very confused by this. And someone chime in because I asked them, like, I thought that his cross was on a hill and like dirt and whatever.
Yeah,
but anyways,
he was,
So my opinions on that.
No, that's from the
Right.
No, sorry, it's from.
No, he goes. No. I think it was called Golgotha, or like the place of the skull, or something like that. But I mean, did they ever say it was a hill in the Bible?
I'm pretty sure there was a name for the hill that it was on, but I don't remember.
You're probably right, but
Probably.
All right,
anyways,
Maggie, I know you're watching this. Comment on it, saying, correcting us.
Call in.
Yeah, let us know. Dylan, Dylan, me was just there, and everything seemed a little too close compared to what we learned as kids. Like the locations,
The world
of the
was smaller
crucifixion and the body preparation and the cave
Yeah.
should not have been within baseball throwing distance of each other. I thought that was weird. So that we're like taking journeys to the crucifixion site and this, whatever. So I'm confused. But my opinion of being in Jerusalem was not like this like happy, beautiful thing. It was terrifying because it's if the aliens came down and we had to tell them send them to one place in a square mile box to explain all of civilization, present day is that because everyone there hates each other.
It's the nexus.
Well,
And plus you have that ancient human culture meets the modern people holding assault rifles.
And the modern people are doing the same shit that the ancient people were. They all hate each other. Literally. I was there, and I was like, there's the most tension ever. I mean, they have their own police, and they have...
It's palpable.
Ready to go and shoot you with either a bullet or a tear gas canister at any time.
Sure.
They rip people out of the crowds, and those like police officers look like their SWAT team. They're everywhere, and they're ready
they're fucking
to beat
like the
shit
Stasi.
out of you. Yeah,
Ironically.
they're called the Druz, the D-R-U-Z. And people just randomly go up to them and shoot them, like, with guns. I didn't see that, but there was a car that decided to drive through and kill a bunch of people when I was there. Didn't see it, but
That's
it was
fun.
Yeah. So it's just like the amount of, like, just tension there and hatred towards other segments is nuts. It's like Armenian segment,
crazy.
Jewish segment, the Muslim segment, and then the Catholic one. And the Catholic one is exactly what you just said. Is that it's all these sacred sites that are, like in the Indiana Jones, they choose the wrong chalice because they think
they think it's all jeweled and gold.
Yeah.
It was actually a wooden thing, and that's the real one. When you go here, it's the same damn thing. Everything is lined with gold chalices and diamonds and like it's in, mosaics and this, and you're like, this is exactly what Jesus didn't want if we're following that
It's
way.
like they didn't read the source material before they designed the set. It's like he said he didn't want that.
Giant shrines around everything, like insane, like that, like Catholic stuff. Like when you go to a church and you're like, oh, all this crap. They just put like You know, like
Yeah. Well, this is apt for what you're talking about. One of his most famous quotes is that it's harder for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven. Meanwhile, they're decking his shit out in fucking Rolls Royces and diamonds and shit. It's like, I don't know if that's what he was talking about.
Yeah, it was weird. It was really weird. I wasn't, you know, it was the cool thing is like all the areas around that, like in the old city, are all just like Assassin's Creed and Aladdin. Like when you think of like where they're like swinging from ropes and jumping off buildings.
There's a lot of awnings to land on.
So
if
many
you're diving
awnings
off the
and like bazaars, you know, like the old shops that sell rugs.
Bazar,
Yeah. And that was really fun. I was like, wow, I do want to get drunk here and pretend it's 2,000 years ago, like, and walk through these little markets and stuff. I didn't.
That'd be
get the
fun.
chance
Maybe
to.
steal an apple, see how far you can get with your little monkey ally.
Yes, dude. Yeah.
And then if they catch you, be like, I was just doing an Aladdin. I'll pay
memory.
for it.
Yeah, that whole thing would be really cool because it's like really literally the exact same thing. I mean, it's the same stones they're walking on as people walked on.
That is cool that they preserve that much of it. I mean, there's really not many cities left on Earth that have that ancient.
No, like that time period, you just go walk through and it's all the same. Besides, they're selling more modern things. The shops are still selling things. It's cool.
Yeah,
I bought my sheepskin from there. That smells like a farm.
Yeah, that's how you know it's authentic sheepskin.
Yeah, it's my sheepskin that I bought in Jerusalem from like a wooden carriage that some guy, haggling me, wheeling around. Smells like farm and cigarettes. Mm-hmm. That's how you know you got a good one.
That's how you know it's real. If it smells like nothing, that means it's fake.
Know it's real.
Yep. That's right. That is right. Second sheepskin. So, yeah, that's my trip to Jerusalem. It was it was an interesting experience for me.
I think it was interesting that you said, if you have the aliens come down, like, you can show them not to be like, that's what the fuck's humanity is going on there. But although I think you're 100% right about that, I would do the opposite, kind of like in North Korea, when people go visit, they show them, like, 2 sections of it with all the lights on, and they put all their money in, like, one area, like, they put blinders on. All right, come through here. All right, look at this. All right, come through here. Look at that. All right, go back to your hotel. You're not allowed to go anywhere else. It's almost like a guided tour. If the aliens came down, I'd be like, all right, stay away from Jerusalem. Definitely don't show them that. It's kind of the worst aspect of who we are. What can we show them?
I agree. Better. No, I'm not saying that's what I would do. I agree with you on that.
Is there any Habitat for Humanity projects going on here?
Well, I think that they're watching us and I want them
to show.
Sure, yeah, maybe some of the nice buildings we have, people getting along. It's kind of beautiful.
Yeah, I want that. What I was really more getting at is I want them to, since they've already been watching us forever, I'd be like, this square box explains everything fucked up that you've seen, like the human bullshit for 2,000 years. That's all because of this. Like everyone, like the worst and the best of people at the same time integrated in one place. And like, why do they all hate each other? Why is everyone the same fucking monkey? And they're just constantly at war and blowing each other up. It's like, if you study this area for like 45 minutes and just have a coffee and watch everyone, you'll get it. We start
projecting. We're like, you guys do that too. You guys totally.
Yeah, exactly.
They're like,
you fight with other people.
You do it. You do it. About old 2,000-year-old books, you do that too. You do it. Like, how do you think we got here? You think we're still fighting over a wall? We took a spacecraft across the galaxy.
Yeah,
you think we're fighting over a wall? We're like, you did. We get to the moon. We still believe in Christ. Don't fucking give us that. Start talking shit to the aliens. We're all like this. Oh, so you're so great? Yeah. And they're like, okay, this is what we thought. This is what we thought you guys were like. That's why we didn't talk to you for 100 fucking years, because you guys were acting like this. That's my favorite Fermi paradox. Like, we talked about the Fermi paradox before. I don't know if on the podcast, but the idea of, like, why haven't we met aliens yet? And there's, like, a couple different ideas that are like at the forefront. Like, obviously one of the ideas is because we're very special and we're the only ones around. There is no aliens, and if they are, they're like very slight and not very intelligent or whatever. That one's definitely bullshit. That one's some Bible stuff. But like, one of my favorite ones is that they totally know what's going on. They know we're here and they don't want to talk to us.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, they're fully aware. Like, we know everything about you. We get everything, and we don't want to talk to you.
No way.
It'd be like watching a guy on crack in the street, burning himself with a cigarette lighter and jerking off and being like, come talk to me. You're like, why would I want to talk to you? You're going to fuck my shit up, and you're going to make me freaked out, and you're not worth it,
Yeah, we're just the fucking ghetto-ass fucking white trash planet that no one wants to fucking acknowledge because we're too stupid.
Yeah, they're like, just let them do their thing. They're just going to kill themselves.
Stupid.
So
yeah, exactly.
Why would we talk
probably, to go on to that, is that Earth season 2023 is the most popular fucking show of the universe.
Yeah, they're like, check this shit. We're like
this show
the
is fucking nuts. This fucking planet is.
This is like their bum fights, their trash TV. They're like, oh, have you seen the new Earth? They're like, you watch that garbage? It's like, I know, but it's so entertaining. I know it's awful, but I can't stop watching. They're such a pieces of shit. They can't stop ruining their
fights
planet.
is the funniest way to say it is because it's such the audience of bum fights is very small.
Galactic bum fights. Earth 2023.
Yeah, they're
They might not even say that. You guys, they're like, you think it's 2023? You guys are on season 6,000.
Get ready for this one.
Exactly.
Yeah. Coming this January, Earth 2024. Bigger, badder, bolder, more ignorant than ever.
It's great. And
this season, they have the
2025 will be,
internet. What's going to happen now?
Oh, it's just a bunch of guys
Is it
and
five
girls
fast?
showing their dicks. Be quiet.
Oh, Jesus. Or it's
We
just
came
chat
to Earth.
No, it's chat roulette for the planets, and they go to Earth, and they look at us, and they go, oh, another one of these. Skip.
skip. Show them our dick. Move on.
We're just polishing
Earth
plates. I
2023,
promise we're not doing Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say Earth 2023. We came there and we didn't find any signs of intelligent life. Oh yeah, that's a good kick in the nuts right there for us.
Right.
Their words, not mine.
Yep, that's good stuff.
Yeah. Genies.
Genies in the
Genies
bottle.
pretty good.
I think we should go and talk about genies that we know about because, like you said, they're not very prevalent in our culture. But there's a couple of touchstones that we already kind of sprinkled around already. But I think before that, we should take our first commercial break and maybe we see if we can't get Dom's video to show up here, which you listeners and viewers will already see that, but me and Dylan can't see him at all right now. And I want to see his pretty face. So let's take a break now, and then we'll come back with hot genie pop culture.
I'm going to get dressed. This is not exactly what I had in mind.
Oh, but Master, it is Sunday. The sun is shining. The birds are twittering. This is a
Jeannie.
perfect day to play golf. And oh, very well, Master.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Roger, are you sure you won't change your mind? General Peterson has a terrible temper, you know.
I told you there's no meeting. Now, come on, let's go and play golf, huh?
All right. I'll let you know how the meeting went.
I will see you in a little while, Master.
Oh, no, you won't, Jeannie.
Yes, I will.
Yeah, no, you won't.
Yes, I will.
Polishing the plate. Keep polishing. Welcome back to the Dylan Joe Basement Podcast. Today we're reaching out to our listeners, viewers, all of you folks out there, and we want to know, what would you wish for? Wish upon a star, wish upon a lamp, wish upon a genie. Let's talk about pop culture genies, guys. And I think we should start with the one that Dom brought up earlier, which is probably the earliest example I know that was like a major American thing, which is, I don't know if you've seen this, Dylan, before, I Dream of Jeannie, the television show.
Never seen it.
Have you ever heard of it?
No.
This is great. Here we
Really?
go. Dom, go.
Okay. So, I Dream of Genie. I remember correctly.
I saw it on Nick at
aired
Night or TV Land. That's like how old it is. It's from like
Yeah,
probably
it
the
was on
late
TV
60s,
Land.
early 70s.
Yeah, I believe it ran from 65 to 70.
There you go.
Basically, the whole plot was there was this American astronaut who ended
He's
up
an astronaut.
meeting this. Yes, because it's very prestigious in the
Yes, he's very
60s.
handsome and he's very wealthy and smart. So
Yes,
if anyone
and,
needs a genie, it's not
he
him.
ends
But
up-
life isn't fair.
He comes across this genie. I don't remember if he finds the bottle out in space or something, but he's
No,
at this genie
I don't
bottle,
think
and
he
it's
does.
He just happens to be an astronaut.
Yeah. It's a cool job. But anyways,
But,
I'll feed up for you. It's a hot blonde chick who can grant any wish she wants, and it's not 3 wishes. She's just his roommate now. This isn't ringing any bells for you, Dylan?
No.
Yeah, it's
There's a
it's
roommate
not like
who's a genie who's hot.
Yeah,
He's an astronaut.
Yes.
No,
but she
probably
like
would
she's
remember
like
this.
his like slave. Like she works for him. She calls him master. She never calls him a name. She goes, "Okay, master," and she like has a little like crop top and a little vest and her little hat, and she like crosses her arms and goes, "Wing!" And every time she does that, she does like a genie trick, so that he can wish for anything. So it's a sitcom. You can imagine all the hijinks. He's like, "Genie, don't embarrass me in front of my boss, the head of NASA." And she's like, "Okay, Dave," or whatever his name is. He goes, "Okay, master." Blink. Here's a pot roast. Blink. Like, it's insane. It's an insane TV show. I used to watch it all the time.
Yeah. It's basically like, all right, it's the 60s. Where can we get some strange sexual tension and turn it into a TV show?
Yeah, without any
and
actual
having
sex.
a hot, barely clothed. And actually, the thing that killed the show was eventually they got married. And everyone was like, "Oh, okay, we're
Now
done
it's
with
over."
this then."
yeah, like
It was.
you don't want to get
it
married.
was the
We like
will
that-
it happen thing. Also, she's not
Yeah.
a human, so I'm sure a lot of people in 1970
She's a
didn't
jinn.
like that.
Exactly. And the fact
Yeah,
that like
and also her
they
name,
like the
by
whole
the way,
like dynamic.
yeah,
Go ahead.
her name is Genie, Jeannie, and she is a genie.
yeah, like a woman's name, a genie. Like this hot blonde lady, like, "Oh, you come home from work, master? Your dinner's ready." Blink. He's like, "All right, Genie, you little rascal." He never really gets that mad at her, but he's always like, "Oh, you're
Tired
such
of
a
your
klutz."
tricks.
yeah, it's such a fucking weird show, man. I Dream of Genie. That's what it's called.
That's
Anyway,
weird.
I
got
had a
one.
crush on her.
Yeah, she sounds
Yeah, go
pretty. Sounds pretty hot to me.
You're not.
We'll
the
put her
only-
up right now. She's gorgeous.
I will for sure. When I move. So
What?
when my everything is right there.
Oh no, I mean, I'm saying I'll put it on the podcast. You don't.
Oh, I think you told me to look it up right now. I was like,
Oh, no, you don't have to
I
look it
will.
up.
I
No,
just
you
gotta
don't.
go.
No, you're good.
Like,
You
like
stay
a foot
comfortable.
that way, and I just really don't feel like it right now. So
No, don't worry about that. What's your thing?
Aladdin is my first thought. Classic,
Aladdin, yeah, absolutely. That's the first
classic
thing I thought of.
genie movie.
I mean, I don't know if I've seen
Yeah.
a better genie.
Will Smith
I
as
haven't
the
seen that
genie?
many.
Robin Williams.
Oh, dumb. Oh God. He's talking about the new live action one because he's trying to make me mad. And he's
didn't
successfully doing it.
Wow. Okay.
Will Smith
All right.
is the genie in the
enjoy
new one.
doing it.
We will that will never be mentioned again this episode. This is my podcast, and we don't have to
Yes,
acknowledge
it
that
will.
ever existed, and we won't.
mentioned,
Robin
yeah.
Williams.
It'll
Robin
be in
Williams is the
there.
genie.
You know what? In Aladdin, I want to watch that. That was a good fucking movie. One of the.
I watched
really
it last
good
year.
movie.
It holds up.
It holds up,
It holds
and
up.
she. What's her name? What's the girl?
Jasmine.
Jasmine. She is one of the hottest Disney characters ever
Oh, no doubt.
by a
No doubt
long
at all.
shot. Everyone else
By a
kind of
long shot.
sucks. She's wicked
So that's
cool.
kind of just to harken back real quick. That's what I Dream of Genie is wearing. What she wears, except with a little hat on. That's
And she's
basically.
white?
And in the '60s, people were like, "Yeah, she's
Yes,
white."
and
The
she's
60s
white
people
with
were like,
blonde
"Oh, baba, whoa." But it's like,
Yeah,
oh, it's okay.
but
She's
the,
wearing like
the
Arabian
fluffy
garb.
pants. But the fluffy,
Huh?
the poofy pants things were see through, and she just had like
Oh yes,
a little thing on underneath that. Like they made it as sexual as they possibly could get away with at the time.
It's nice. I
Yes.
appreciate that. But that looked good.
But Jasmine's pants are not see through. If I remember right, she wears.
I'm getting her pants confused with
Well, no.
Aladdin's pants. He had the white pants and the purple top. She had the all blue.
Yeah, and
Yes.
also Aladdin's like
Hers
were kind of
like
like they went up to like his shins, but hers went all the way down to her slippers
Ah,
think.
yeah, right.
And
right.
but yeah, hers
But
went
yeah,
all the
she
way
was a
down and were less
princess.
baggy.
of Agrabah.
Wow.
This timing thing's fucking me up, Dom. I keep like talking over you, and then you have to wait like 4 seconds while I let you talk.
So, what was her problem? Why did she need Aladdin?
Because the Sultan would keep her in the palace because she's a princess and she's beautiful, and if she goes out into the public, all these miscreants will get all over her, and she needs to be saved, for marriage or whatever. So he would lock her in the castle, and he
Kinda
was
like
actually a nice
Triple
guy.
R?
He was like a nice dummy. No. Jafar is the
No,
the
I
king's
said
hand.
said kind of like in Triple R when the girl he falls in love with is.
Oh yeah, RRR. Yeah.
RRR,
I never heard
yeah.
about
I
Triple
haven't,
R.
I haven't
Yeah,
seen
sorry.
it. I haven't seen it yet. Don't say anything.
I
No
don't think we're
spoilers.
gonna spoil. There's no spoilers in this movie at all. We can tell you everything.
Dom, you're gonna watch it
have
though,
no
right?
idea.
It's really good.
Oh yeah, I am
I
gonna
think
watch
you're really
it.
gonna like it.
You need to watch it. I mean, it's RRR
It is.
is awesome.
Bon appetit.
No,
It's
like
fucking
really,
fantastic.
it's not just that. It's just like ridiculous. It's
better
just good.
than
It's
that.
just fucking
Yeah.
good. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, so basically he locks her away, and she's like, I just want to like go out in the world and be adventurous. And then there's this like little street rat guy who bumps into her because she does sneak out of the palace and she hides her face and hides her so they don't know if she's a princess. And she actually ends up being saved by Aladdin, from the guards that don't know she's a princess. And that's why she falls in love with him. She's like, oh, you're so different than the world I live in. Like, you're so poor, and it's, like, kind of cute for me, It's like when rich white girls go to Africa and they help out, like, for, like, a summer. And they're like, oh, my God, the people. And then they go home. But then Jasmine was like, actually, I can get down with this.
Then the white girls get home and they get a tattoo of the latitude and longitude of the village that they were helping out at for 2 weeks.
They get a tattoo, exactly,
I've
of
seen it
exactly
on
that
multiple occasions.
to match the picture of them holding a shovel next to someone's burned down fucking hurricane
for 5
ridden
minutes.
House. Yeah,
Exactly. I left my heart in Agrabah, they have on their arm. But yeah, that's how they meet. And, of course, Aladdin is smitten, of course, because this is above his station. And he's very in love with her. So I don't know. How does he even learn about it? He talks to this guy that's like a street vendor. And he's like, you need to go get this, go to this cave.
Jafar comes to get him. Because Jafar is the one that wants the lamp, but he knows he can't enter. That's why he's looking for these honest thieves.
He needs to get these dummies to go and do it for him.
Yeah. Well, no. It's a morality check because you need an honest thief to go get it. Like that's why the first person that goes in, it rejects him. But Aladdin, he's just trying to survive.
Right. When he goes in, it collapses and it kills him. Because if you're if you're a bad thief, it'll kill you. So honest thief, that is a very slim margin. So he's pretty happy that Aladdin was found, I imagine.
Yeah. So I don't remember exactly how Jafar finds out about him, but
I think he must
Jafar
be like
is the one that
tracking
uses
Jasmine
him.
or something like that, and then he finds Aladdin and is like, oh yeah, this guy's a sucker, made for gold. And that actually
like that.
does kind of line up with the original story, because I looked into the original story, and the original story has 2 genies, and one of them's not Jafar, which I was like, that's weird. It kind of takes me from the whole idea of it, because Aladdin actually has the ability to get a genie before he even has a genie. He has a ring in the original story that his uncle, the guy meets him, and he goes, I'm your uncle. I know your dad's dead, but I actually am his brother, and I have this ring that I'm going to give to you. It's a magic ring. It's going to guide you to the location of the lamp. And it's the same thing as Jafar, where he has him go in there, and then when he gets in there, he gets the lamp. His uncle steals the lamp and then goes, I'm out of here. But then Aladdin rubs his hands together to try to think, and then actually a genie comes out of the ring. So Aladdin has a little mini Tinkerbell genie, and then he uses that genie to get the other genie. But in the Disney movie, they do away with all that. It's much more clean. It's just there's only one genie. It's in the lamp. That's the thing. And Jafar's not his uncle. He's just a bad guy.
gotcha.
But yeah,
all right.
Yes, very
That's
very
my pick.
solid film. Well, I have another one that isn't.
Wait, we're not done yet. I want to hear
well-
the end of it.
Oh, you're
is
still
the best
talking
part.
about Genie?
I'm sorry. The best part
fuck
is that
Aladdin.
not only Robin Williams, the best Disney actor of all time, as the genie, fucking fantastic. That at the end, his third wish he uses to free him, because much like I Dream of Genie, like I said earlier, they're like servants to you. I'll give you 3 wishes, and then until then, they're bound to you. And he uses his final wish to free the genie, and that's like a wish you could use. It's a
From
selfless
ever
wish.
getting into that scenario ever again. No one can ever
Yeah.
be his master again.
Yeah, he
Because
frees
normally,
the
if you just
genie,
use your
almost
third wish, you're like, okay, back in the bottle till someone tries to jerk me off. And then
exactly,
you're a master
back in the
again.
bottle. But he frees them, and then he says, "I'm going to Disney World," because he won the Super Bowl. That's all I had to say. The freeing the genie. Yeah, he puts on a goofy hat. He puts on a Hawaiian shirt, and he's like, "I'm going to Disney."
Yeah, it's great.
It's pretty funny. It's meta.
You should watch
It's
it
meta,
again.
Meta before the internet.
It's very good.
All right, that's all I had to say. Sorry about that.
All right.
No, it's great. I appreciate
other
the feeling. I haven't
thing,
seen it
it's,
in 25 years.
I only have one more
you
genie
gotta
thing
watch
anyway,
it.
so.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Todd.
Yeah, and
this
Jafar
one-
turns into a genie. If you don't remember that, he's a big buff
Yes.
red genie. He's like,
Oh, yeah,
tricks
I
him.
do remember that now.
Aladdin.
yeah, he
tricks
wishes
him.
to be a genie, but they're like, well, you're an idiot because genies are actually their life sucks, but you think it's so good.
Yeah. Which is interesting because He doesn't
because he's a slave now.
It's total mind game by Aladdin, because Jafar was just going to wish for like ultimate power. He's like, why don't you wish to be a genie? You can do all this stuff by yourself. And he was like, that's a great idea. Person I've been trying to kill for the last couple of weeks. Let me turn into a genie.
I'll listen to you.
It totally backfires on
You have
him.
no reason to. Yeah, you have no reason to steer me wrong, Aladdin. So yeah, he actually becomes that. Yeah, puts him in the bottle. Oh, and also speaking of Jasmine, oh my God, when Jafar gives her the Princess Leia makeover, oh my God.
Oh yeah.
As a kid, I was like, all right, okay.
Ooh.
We'll put all the pictures up for all the creeps out there. Sorry, Mom.
Yep. Hey, I think she's heard worse on this podcast before.
So Joe, what do you got for pop culture? Dom went. I went.
Well, now I said, these were all mine. I only have 3 of them anyways. We all had the same one. It's like, think about your favorite Star Wars movie. I have Empire. It's like, yeah, well, we all have Empire. But the other one I think of is a little bit more modern. It started out as a book series, turned into a video game, turned into a TV show that sucks and got canceled. But in the game, it's fucking amazing. And that is the Witcher series, where there is this is the first time I ever heard the word djinn. And I was like, what's djinn? And then you see it, you're like, oh, it grants you wishes, it's invisible, it's a spirit. Like, oh, it's a genie. And it wasn't until I played that game that I realized that a lot of the world just calls genies djinns. And that's like English speakers call them genies instead of djinns. So in that game, it's called a djinn. And what happens in the game is that before the game starts, this guy, the main character is in love with this sorceress, and it's like one of those like super powerful people, and they're like a very fraught love connection. It's like Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee, where it's like you're both on top of the world, but you're bad for each other because you're too much, you're too sexy, you're too independent, you're too much cocaine. Is kind of the idea. And so in the third game, they actually do a quest together where they have to try to catch this djinn. And it's the same djinn that they met when they were earlier on in their life. And you're like, what, they met before? You don't really know what happened with that. You don't really know the whole story until you finally capture. You have to do this huge, crazy fight where it's invisible the whole time. And the whole time, it never really shows its face. You just kind of see like what it does around you. And it's always like an air spirit kind of thing. And then they catch it, and they seal it up in a medallion. They didn't want to go with the lamp thing because it's Polish. Like, we'll do our own thing, medallion. And they make a wish, and their wish is actually to cancel out the wish they made before. It's like an anti-wish because they had caught it before, and when they wished on it before, they wished that they would be together no matter what. And then their whole life played out as they got older, and they were like, and the main character is like, I don't care. I'm like a stone-faced guy. I just want it to be true. But the sorceress, she's like, I don't want to be with you because we wished it. Maybe this is all just bullshit. Maybe our whole life is just like this wish keeping us together. Maybe we shouldn't even be together. Like maybe we don't even love each other. Maybe just like it's all happenstance coming together. Maybe if we wish this away, we'll actually hate each other, and it'll all been fake the whole time. And he doesn't like that. He's like, all right, it's what you want to do. Go ahead. So they actually wished for the genie to cancel out the first wish and say, we wish we never wish to be together forever. And then the genie goes out into the air and gets freed from them. And wouldn't you know it, they still like each other anyway, so it wasn't all fake.
Wow.
Well,
That's a
so
pretty amazing
magical.
story, Joe.
Isn't it nice? But that, other than the genie, like I Dream of Genie or in Aladdin, the genie is fucking terrifying. It reminds me of like The Exorcist. The genie is like, oh, did I just oh, and all of the chairs go up and down. It looks like a demon spirit. It reminds me more of like the Islam stories where it's like, this thing is not like a magical, fun guy. It's like an evil demon, and you're playing with fire here. Basically like making a deal with the devil kind of thing.
Jeesh. Crazy Town.
Which I thought was kind of a fun take on it.
That is a fun take on it. Mm-hmm. So,
I do.
We're missing two. Yeah, go. It's all you, man.
All right. Well, I have a very strong feeling. The one I'm going to say probably is something you're not going to have ever seen. Mm-hmm. I will say, I never finished the show. I watched the first season. Didn't watch the second one. But it's an anime called Magi. And
Magi.
It is about Alibaba and Aladdin. And Aladdin has a genie. And they call him Jinn throughout the entire show.
Yeah, everyone calls him Jinn. It's like one of those things where you're like, is that what it is the whole time? I hate that I Americanized
this one,
that.
I'm not sure if it's just like if it's the Japanese way of it or if that's just how they were doing it. It was D.
I think everyone calls him Jinn besides us. I think we're the ones who call him genies.
It's a strong possibility. It's like it's like how English is the only language that pineapple isn't even close to all the other ones.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think it's like everyone else calls it like what it is, and we call them genies because we just have to be our own thing.
Yeah, but in this show, it's some genies are in lamps, some are. It's like the original Aladdin story where it was in his ring. This Aladdin has a flute around his neck, and when he plays a note in it, it summons the genie, and the genie actually manifests and comes out of the flute, and he's this huge buff humanoid thing, but you never see his head. So you get this huge fucking buff giant. Then for a head, it's just the little flute with the necklace hanging off of it.
Oh, I do like. It's worth mentioning that the depiction of genies being shredded, absolutely, they have all the magic in the world. They're ethereal, like smoke, but they also they fucking lift, bro. They get
there's nothing else to do inside the lamp.
That's a great fucking point, Dylan. I didn't even think of that. You're locked in your Pokeball all day. What else do you have to do? Just work out.
I was just gonna say, genies are basically Pokemon.
Yeah.
Holy shit, they are.
Yep.
Pretty much, they work for you. Pokemon work for you.
Yeah, genie, use my wish. Go or metronome, I guess.
Wow.
So what happens in the show?
Does
he become friends with the genie?
It's all about this mystical thing that's happening where all these labyrinths keep popping up, and people if you can make it all the way through it, you're incredible, and then that very quickly becomes not the plot of the show at all. That's the first 2 episodes. Alibaba gets through it, and it's then he bumps into Aladdin in a marketplace, and then they go on an adventure. It's more about trying to understand who the genies are, because this one is only
But there's multiple
genies
genies
in the world or something
in the show.
that. Yeah,
there's not just one.
Just oh yeah, there's I think there's 8 or 10 or something like that, and
cool.
every. But
Genie
it's a pretty good
Pokemon
show.
battle.
I probably should build when they come across having a sign.
Y'all ready for final thoughts?
I believe we are.
All right. Since I have the mic, I guess I'll start.
Yeah, you have the mic. Pass it to us whenever you're ready for us to
Pass
talk.
it around, yeah. So
he has the talking stick. Everyone is quiet when Dylan has the stick. Whoever has the talking stick, everyone else listens.
Good.
Put on your listening ears.
For notifying the public of this recent development. I think genies or jinn. There might be a little bit more to research on this. The jinn part of that, and by jinn, with a J, not a G. We've already researched jinn enough on this podcast with a G. So, yeah. I mean, I like the pre-Arabic text mentions of these guys. Who fucking knows? I hope they exist. I hope they were real back then. But besides that, if I got 3 wishes. Yeah, I might just pass completely. I'd be like, I don't know. It's you win the lottery.
Really, you could give that up at that time. It'd be so hard for me to, in the moment. You literally, there's no genies exist, and then a genie does exist, and you have 3 wishes, and you're like, pass. I mean, that takes a lot. Isn't it like someone handing you $1 million and you being like, my life's fine as it is. I don't need that.
I think I would.
It's just more problems, more money, no more problems.
I think I would feel good, although you feel like you didn't earn it, so there's some weird thing. But I don't think I'd feel that. But I might. I mean, I wouldn't want to fuck anything up. Yeah, right. Yeah. So I think I'd be good. But I think
bringing back to the analogy of him coming upon a genie and going, nah, not for me.
Well, I might just simply ask for something benign like a Ferrari, just instead of something.
We've already established that Ferraris aren't fun, though. Right?
I know, but just life-changing thing, whatever, so philosophical. I might just ask for a bunch of dumb shit.
Yeah,
I
get that
wanna,
totally.
Make any big changes.
Keep it simple.
Yeah, I'll take a Ferrari F40 and $20 million of free insurance, no excise tax, and a lifetime supply of gas for it.
This is bullshit. He just used his 3 real wishes after his joke wishes. No,
I
that's
didn't
bullshit.
have
You
nothing
used your
to
joke
joke.
wishes to be the cool, funny guy earlier, which you were, and me and Don were doing our lame ass real life shit. And then meanwhile, you're like, "Oh, by the way, here's my real wishes. It's $20 million Ferrari." Yeah, all the shit. Bullshit.
Dude, which one's the joke? I mean, yeah, can I get a Ferrari, $20 million, and a lifetime supply of cocaine?
Cologne.
Yes.
Oh yeah, cocaine.
Sorry, I mean, a girl attracting pheromone cologne.
Pheromone cologne.
So
Yeah.
I can be swamped in pussy for the rest of my life with my Ferrari. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Swamped in pussy for the rest of my days until I'm the dirt from which I came. I want to be drenched until my bones are as dry as the fucking Rockies.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
That's fantastic.
I have nothing more to say.
I was saying that I think that Dylan's right about that, where it's the exact same thing where you in my head, when he said it, he's like, I don't really want anything. I go, you're fucking stupid. Like, you have this one opportunity in your life that no one ever is going to have, ever in the world. And you're like, nah, I'm good. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? There's 8 billion people on the planet. You're the one who gets 3 wishes, and you're like, I don't want them. But I'm coming around the idea because he's so right. Even the nice, good guy genie, doesn't have to work with you in that way. These wishes are ultimately going to lead to your downfall. Number 1, didn't earn it. It just falls in your lap. Look at the thousands of people per year who win the lottery and go broke by winning the lottery. It's like basically a genie showed up at your doorstep after you bought like 1,000 lamps. All lamps cost $20 a week, so you paid for it. I mean, these people, every time I'm in line at the gas station, I fight every urge in my mind to go, when was the last time you won? You usually buy 3 $20 tickets every week? How does it work out for you? Like, I just want to talk shit because I'm waiting in line. I just want to shit on them, but I refrain. Didn't earn it, number 1. Number 2, be careful what you wish for. Of course, it's gonna end up the way it's gonna end up, much like life. You can't just say, hey, I want $1 million. Sure, you want $1 million? It's too vague. You can get anything that way. You can get $1 million for getting in a quadriplegic car accident, and Walmart could hit you. I mean, look what happened to Tracy Morgan. He probably got at least $1 million for getting hit by a Walmart truck. But do you want to get $1 million that way? I sure fucking don't. And number 3, of course, the fact that there is a certain aspect of being a human on planet Earth. Of course, everyone comes into money. I'm going to tie it up. I'm going to joe this shit up right now.
No, I'm just laughing because I'm thinking of how many fucking people would happily check the box, sign the bottom line to get
pancaked by a Mack truck
for $1 million.
No, you're right. You're right, dude.
Fucking people would be like, "Yeah, I'll do it," and they fucking.
I already don't use my arms or legs.
Season 2, guys, is how just people who just fucking do it. They're like, yeah, you want to get hit by a Walmart truck for $1 million?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to blow through a straw to ride my wheelchair around. Worth it. $1 million. Worth it.
Well, it's like the guy from Office Space who goes, he's lived his best
the
life.
jump to conclusions, Matt.
Jump to conclusions, Matt guy is like he's never been happier.
Yeah, he loves
body
it.
cast. Loves it.
You're right. He just wants to sit in his chair and just
work. He just doesn't have to go to work anymore.
get paid.
He's never been happier.
You're totally right about that, man. You're totally right about that. But I think there's a reason why this shit doesn't. It only goes through fantasy. It's like the idea of superheroes or the idea of granting wishes or whatever. It's like it doesn't track for humanity. Like, and maybe it would be amazing, but we'll never know that. It's like I wish I was immortal. But every kind of immortal story you hear, it's a fucking nightmare. No one wants to never die ever. For thousands of years, everyone you know and love dies over and over and over again. And you're just sitting here on this earth, you're like, oh, one more rotation around the sun, this bullshit again. Like, I feel like that us humans, we're built to be the animals we are. We can achieve happiness in our own way and achieve sadness or satisfaction in our own way. And if we had 3 wishes, we'd fuck it up, man. It just isn't the best way to handle it. And although I would take them right now, this second, I don't have the presence of mind or the patience or the prudence to be like, oh, I better not do this because it won't be good for me. I'll take those wishes all day. I'll fucking ruin my life that way. Go ahead. Give me the lottery money. Let's go. Let's see where it goes. But I think that there's something to be said that, like, there's a reason why all this magical shit that we want to happen wouldn't necessarily be so amazing for humans. I mean, we're built to live our lives in a certain way, and technology can make us closer to that, and we can get more satisfied and more self-fulfilled or whatever. But ultimately, we're just a bunch of apes that just are supposed to live for like 60 years, and we can push it as far as we want to, but that's who we are. And until you expand your entire being, it's not going to be satisfying to live forever or get infinite money or infinite food or even see x-ray specs through people's clothes. We're just not built for it. You know, it's going to make you not only an outcast in your own brain, it's going to make you other than. I don't think it's ultimately satisfying. Although people say money doesn't buy happiness, and I don't believe them, I do know that the more money you have doesn't mean the happier you are. And my time powers are for sure going to kick me in the ass when I'm the only person who can rewind time and redo conversations until I'm always the smartest guy in the room 100 times in a row, and they become the only guy like Groundhog Day, like Bill Murray. Yeah, no, it's going to suck. It's ultimately a monkey's paw situation. So I would still want to find a genie today, but maybe we're just meant to be who we are. A couple of monkeys hanging out in a rock, just trying to have the best time we can with as many wives as we can get under the law of Joseph Smith. God rest his soul.
That's right, Joe. All right, guys. I think that's the episode 74 of the Dylan Joe Basin podcast. Newly featured trifecta hosts of Dom, Joe, and Dylan. We'll see you guys next week. Remember, were you at Brian's house that one time where we got some guy to finish?
Yeah, it was around a fire.
Yeah, we were on a fire, and this guy completely finished, and we
and so did we. Because we were so excited.
Yeah, we were also, our pants down.
It's not gay though, because it's like a prank, you know.
Yeah, it's a prank.
Because it's in a
Exactly.
circle.
We're having a
doing it in a circle.
Yeah.
It's like what it's like to play for the other team.
Yeah, I don't want to talk for Dylan here, but having sex with a guy is not the same as having sex with a guy as a girl. It's very different. Got a whole lot more hormones and neurons and all kinds of shit's going on here that wouldn't go on. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the same. It's not the same thing.
I don't know. Anyways, we should try it out later, like, just for like a prank or whatever, just like me and you, just alone on a call, just like a goofing around.
Just as a joke. So it'll be a joke.
It'll be funny.
Yeah,
it'll be really
a
funny.
Joke the whole time.
Like they fucking lift, bro. Like they get.
There's nothing else to do inside the lamp.
That's a great fucking point, Dylan. I didn't even think of that. You're locked in your Pokeball all day. What else do you have to do? Just work out.
I was just gonna say, genies are basically Pokemon.
Like 45 minutes and just have a coffee and watch everyone.
We start projecting. We're like, you guys do that too. You guys totally.
Yeah, exactly.
They're like,
when, you fight with other people.
You do it about old 2,000-year-old books. You do that too. You do it. How do you think we got here? You think we're still fighting over a wall? We took a spacecraft across the galaxy.
Yeah,
exactly. We're fighting over a wall. We're like, we get to the moon. We still believe in Christ. Don't fucking give us that. Start talking shit to the aliens. We're all like this. Oh, so you're so great?
There is a certain aspect of being a human on planet Earth. Of course, everyone comes into money. You know I'm gonna tie it up. I'm gonna Joe this shit up right now.
No, I'm just laughing because I'm thinking of how many fucking people would happily check the box, sign the bottom line to get
pancaked by a Mack truck.
$1 million.
No, you're right. You're a 40-pound dog.
No, but Dom's right. Dom's right. I just said, give me $1 million on your fat anymore, so then that person has to work out to not be fat to get $1 million, which they probably won't succeed at.
No, you just become a dog.
$1 million to not be fat and to get a dog.
Oh, get a dog. Okay, sorry. Sorry. That'd be funny if it's like, granted, you're just a dog, and you have $1 million, you can't spend it. You're just like, I'm a dog with money.
Now you're a fat dog. You're a fat dog who's working to lose weight to get $1 million.
You can't spend.
Nothing. You're just a dog. That's exactly how this worked. I just nailed it down. That's how
you be careful what you wish for. Yeah.
Now you wake up, now immediately you're a fat dog.
Ramon Cologne.
So I can be swamped in pussy for the rest of my life with my forearm. Okay.